So I'm joined now by Wrexham's Member of Parliament, Sarah Atherton, who has kindly joined us from Westminster in London. Sarah, thank you ever so much for your time today on what is an extremely sad time for not just the UK, but for the entire world as we mourn the passing of Her late Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II. As Wrexham's elected representative in Parliament since 2019, you've served the Queen for several years. And you also have a unique view of life in Westminster. Could you describe your thoughts and feelings as the UK witnesses this extraordinary moment in history?
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me on. It's a time of very mixed emotions. I have pledged my allegiance to the Queen twice. Once when I joined the army, and once when I was elected. I'm sat in the Palace of Westminster at the moment. I'm fortunate enough to be going to see our Lady Sovereign later on today, lying in state in Westminster. And it's just such a sad time. I never really met her, and I've been inundated with messages from constituents, so many constituents saying that they hadn't met her either, but they're feeling such an immense loss, not only personal, but in their families. And, I represent the people of Wrexham. I have a role to play in this, but I am deeply touched and moved and upset by what's gone on. Certainly when we had the news, I invited my family over when I went home last Saturday, and I just wanted to be surrounded by my family, and I cooked a roast and we raised a glass to our late Queen, and God save King Charles. So it's a mixed bag of emotions because I have a role to play, as I say, but I'm deeply saddened. I did see her at a distance when she opened Parliament when I was first elected, and I saw her in the Lords. And she looked absolutely beautiful. She was robed, she had her jewels and crown on, and she was shining and she looked ethereal. And I had a lump in my throat and tears in my eyes then, as I have done this week. But this is also a week where constitutional history has come to the fore. So King Charles came to speak an address to the Lords and Commons in Westminster Hall. You may have seen that on television. Yeah. And I was deeply moved because I was there to say, God save the King, not for me, on behalf of Wrexham. And I was there to pledge Wrexham's allegiance to the King.
As we all gather to pay our final respects over the coming days, the world is mourning the passing of Her late Majesty. As a final question, what words would you like to share with the royal family on behalf of the people of Wrexham as the nation does prepare to pay its final respects to Her late Queen Elizabeth II?
Through change and challenge, Her Majesty has been a constancy of grace, humour, selfless dedication and commitment. And on behalf of the people of Wrexham, we thank her very much for that.
Sarah, I appreciate this is an incredibly, extraordinarily busy time in your life as our representative in Westminster. Thank you ever so much for taking a moment out of your time today to speak to me.
Thank you. It's a privilege and an honour. Thank you very much.